I am Pauline Welch, Training and Research Officer at the Electoral Office of Jamaica. Let me, on behalf of the management and staff of the Electoral Office, and with the blessing of the Electoral Advisory Committee, express our profound appreciation to you for taking the time off to become an election day worker. You are a very important part of the drive to save Jamaica's democracy. And it is with this in mind that we have decided to make this video presentation. It is going to be done in 3 parts. We're going to be looking at the procedures that are done before the opening of the polling station, the preliminary procedures that is. And we're also going to look at the procedures that are done from 7 a.m. on election day up until 5 p.m. when the stations are closed. And thirdly, we're going to look at the procedures that are done after 5 p.m. when the polling stations are closed. This presentation is not meant to replace existing material. It is also not meant to be used as a substitute for attendance at your training sessions. You are expected to attend all the training sessions that will be conducted in your constituencies. Now let us look at some of the procedures that are done before the opening of the poll. And perhaps it is important to say that your engagement as an election day worker actually begins before the day of election itself. You are expected to know the location of your polling station, and you should know that before election day. You need to arrive early at your polling station. You should be at your polling station by 6 a.m. on election day. As an election day worker, it is very important that you know or that you are totally familiar with the procedures as they are done on election day. Everything must be done regularly and rightly and in accordance with the electoral law. You, at the end of this presentation, should be totally familiar with your functions, either as a presiding officer or as a poll clerk. And you should be able to carry out those functions in any electoral event, whether it is a general election or in a by-election. What are some of the activities that you would normally do before the opening of the polling station? First of all, you are going to physically prepare your polling station. You are going to make sure that you have sufficient chairs. You need to have a table for the presiding officer. You are going to post the flag, the directions to electors, instructions on how to vote, your polling station notice, and of course, you are going to make sure that all your supplies are intact. Your first duty as a presiding officer on election day is to swear the indoor agents of the candidates.
Yes, you can come. Agents and observers, come inside. Have a seat right there.
After the indoor agents are sworn, and that is simply completing the oath number 15 in your poll book. After the agents are sworn, you are going to check your election supplies. Importantly, you need to check your ballot papers. You are going to make sure that the number of ballot papers you receive actually correspond to the number that is stated on form number A15. That is the form that is given to you by your returning officer. After you have checked your election supplies, you are going to issue each agent with a certificate of ballot paper issued. This is the certificate of ballot papers issued. You are going to make sure that the number of ballot papers that you have actually correspond to the number that is stated on form number A15 that is given to you by your returning officer.
The following persons are authorized to be in the polling station. 1. The presiding officer. 2. The poll clerk. 3. Indoor agents. If they are absent, one elector is permitted to represent each candidate on the request of the elector. Please note that no candidate and his agent should be in the same polling station for more than 5 consecutive minutes. 4. Observers are also permitted to enter any polling station for the purpose of observing any procedure and the voting process being carried out at that location. No more than 4 observers are permitted to remain in any polling location at any one time. A polling location means any premises established for the taking of the poll and in which one or more polling stations are situated. Swearing candidates of agents. Each candidate is entitled to appoint an agent to act for him inside each polling station. If at any station no person presents himself with an authority from any candidate to act as his agent, any elector may assume that duty on the candidate's behalf. The appointed agent, if any, or if none, the elector must immediately upon their exercising their right to be in the polling station, complete one of the agent's oath included in the poll book. If agents of or electors representing candidates are in attendance 15 minutes before the opening of the poll, they are entitled to inspect all papers in the possession of the presiding officer relating to the conduct of the poll and may have the ballot papers counted in their presence. Agents may absent themselves from the station with the permission of the presiding officer, but must return at least 1 hour prior to the close of the poll.
Okay, we're going to check the ballot box, ensure that nothing is in there, right? Okay. Lock it.
Before the poll opens, the presiding officer is required to do the following. 1. Prepare the polling station. Post up instructions and directions to electors. Ensure that there is a Bible, watch, erasers, and pencil sharpeners. 2. Swear candidates' agents. The poll clerk should complete the oath of poll clerk in the poll book. 3. Count ballot papers and issue certificates to candidates' agents. 4. Recheck all election supplies. 5. Receive transfer certificates. And 6. Examine the ballot, lock it, and place it on the presiding officer's table. Polling stations are open from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. All polling officials should report to duty no later than 6 a.m. Examination of the ballot box. At 7 a.m. when the voting should begin, the ballot box should be opened and examined in the presence of the candidates and or agents. At this time, it should be empty and any agents of or electors representing candidates must be permitted to inspect it. It should then be locked and the key kept by the presiding officer. The box must be placed on the table in full view of all present and must remain there until the close of the poll. The electors should then be invited to vote one at a time. The security force is generally responsible for the maintenance of law and order at the polling station. The officer ensures that all the electors form a line. The electors must then be sent into the polling station one at a time.
Officer, send the first person in for me now, please. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
You are here to vote?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Milton Walker.
Milton Walker. Checklist for Milton Walker. Do you have an ID card, Mr. Walker?
Yes, sir.
May I have your ID card, sir? Milton Walker. Milton Walker. Milton Walker. Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker name is on the list. Number 52?
Yeah.
52 on the list. May I see your right index finger? Check if you had voted before, Mr. Walker. Good. Okay, Mr. Walker. I'll be issuing you with a ballot. This ballot paper. The persons running for today in today's election is William Brown, Frank Smith, John Thomas. You are to mark with the pencil that is provided around there an X beside the symbol which represents the person you want to vote for. And completing that, you'll fold the ballot like this, 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 and take it back to me, just like this. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
Remember to use the pencil around there. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Walker. Alright, just a second. Just wait until your ballot is deposited into the box. Counter file is now removed. You're going to have to dip your finger into the ink right here. Dip your finger into the ink, or your right index finger, sir. This finger, okay? Okay, hold it right there. Push it down, sir. Good, good, thank you. Here you go. Hold it. Okay, sir? Enjoy it. Good, sir.
The right index finger of the elector is stained with electoral ink, and then the ballot is deposited in the ballot box. Please note, if the elector refuses to immerse his finger in the electoral ink, the presiding officer has the right to destroy his ballot. In the remarks column of the poll book, opposite the name of the elector, write the words "refuse to dip" and any other particulars in relation to the destruction of such ballot paper.
Thank you.
Officer, kindly send the next person for me. Good day, madam.
Good day.
You're here to vote?
Yes.
What's your name, please?
Simone Clark?
Do you have an ID card?
No, sir.
Check the name for Simone Clark for me, please.
Yes, please.
Simone Clark?
Yes.
What number on the list? Okay, Miss Clark, you're on the list. I'm going to ask you a few questions, Miss Clark, because you do not have an ID card.
Okay.
Miss Clark, what's your date of birth?
22nd of the 1st.
What year, miss?
76.
What's your mother's maiden name?
Gooden.
What's your father's first name?
Fitzroy.
What's your occupation?
Nurse.
The address, miss. Would like to have your address.
It's for the field road.
It's all of you. Okay, you're on the list. The fact that you do not have an ID card, I'm going to ask you to swear.
Swear power.
The Bible, if you do not swear, you can affirm, madam.
What is man?
So you can either swear or affirm because you do not have an ID card.
Alright.
You're going to swear. Hold the Bible in the right hand for me, please. Just
swear.
repeat after me. Your name, hi.
Hi.
Your name,
Oh, my name.
yes.
Oh, Simone Clark.
Do swear
Do swear.
that I am
I am.
officially on the voters list.
That I am on,
Officially on the voters
on
list.
The voters
To be
list.
voted in this polling division.
To be voted in this polling division.
In a polling station, there may be instances when it is necessary to administer an oath to the elector. In these circumstances, the presiding officer is best advised to do so in the form of a question. That is, the oath must be put to the elector in the form of a question. For example, do you swear or do you solemnly affirm?
Thank you very much, madam. Sign here for me,
Nice.
please. Kindly sign here for me, please. Okay. Right thumb. Right. Thank you.
So you have to take fingerprint too?
Yes, miss. Take your fingerprint. Yes. Please write in the information for me, please. to check your finger if you had voted before. Your right index finger. Okay. Miss, I'm going to issue with a ballot. These are the persons contesting the election today. You have William Brown, Frank Smith, and John Thomas. You have to go around there and mark at the symbol of the one that you prefer. The symbol right here, where the symbol is.
Yeah, but go around
around the booth.
Okay.
And you will fold the ballot just as I give it to you, just like this, and return it back to me.
Okay.
Just like this.
Yes.
Remember to use the pencil that is provided around there. Okay? Thank you very much. Kindly dip your finger in the ink right here. Okay. Wipe your finger.
Thank you. That's it?
That's it, madam.
Thanks.
The presiding officer gives the elector a ballot after checking the appropriate digit for stains of electoral ink. The presiding officer, by asking the appropriate questions, establishes to his satisfaction the identity of the elector. The demographic information is entered in the black book. Some of the questions to be asked are A, the elector's date of birth, B, his place of birth, C, the maiden name of his mother, D, the place of birth of his mother, E, the name of his father, F, the place of birth of his father, or G, the name of wife or husband. Please note, if the elector refuses to swear, affirm, or to answer relevant and proper questions asked by the presiding officer, he must not be given a ballot.
Officer, send the next person in for me. Good day, madam. You're here to vote.
Yes, sir.
What's your name, please?
Nadine Shaw.
Nadine Shaw. Checklist for Nadine Shaw for me, please. Nadine Shaw is on the list.
Number 104.
104, Miss Shaw, may I see ID card, please? Nadine Shaw, yes. Nadine Shaw. Okay, Miss Shaw. I'm going to issue with a ballot before I need to check your right index finger to ensure that you have not yet voted in this election. Just the right index finger, please. Okay, good. You'll be given a ballot. These are the persons that are contesting the election today. William Brown, Frank Smith, John Thomas. You are to go around there, behind the screen there, and mark at the symbol of your choice with the pencil which is provided around there. After doing that, you will fold the ballot like this and take it back to me, just like this. Okay? Number 3. Remember to use the pencil that is provided around there. Okay, good.
104.
Thank you very much, Ms. Shaw. Remove the counterfeit. Kindly dip your finger into the ink, your right index finger. Just a second. Okay, dip a little deeper. Oh, good. Okay.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very
Have a
much.
nice day.
You're welcome, my dear. Officer, send the next person in for me, sir. Good day, sir. Are you here to vote?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, sir?
Damien Patterson.
Check the list for Damien Patterson for me, please. Do you have an ID card, Mr. Patterson?
No, sir.
He's
No
not on
ID
the
card.
list.
He's not on the
I
list?
object to that. Mr. Patterson is on the list.
Mr.
not on the
Patterson
list.
is not.
Yes, I'm no, Mr.
Sir, your name is not
Yo,
on this
Virgin,
voter
check
list.
that, no, man.
Mr. Patterson, your name is not
Yo,
on this
Virgin,
voter's
Mr.
list.
Come for vote today.
Perhaps
check
it might be
that.
down the road, sir.
Yo, Mr. Check that. Look, that's
Sir,
a
it's
Virgin.
not there. Sir,
So,
don't
yeah,
get yourself in trouble.
Don't point down on my face.
Don't get yourself in trouble. Sir, officer, come take that man from
I tell you,
there,
I tell you,
Sir.
police, afraid of police.
Sir.
Your name is not on the list. Come on.
There may be instances when an elector comes to the polling station and his or her name is not on the voters list. The elector must be advised to check the neighboring polling station for his or her name or call toll-free 1-888-991-8683. That's 1-888-991-8683.
Officer, send the next person for me now, please. Good afternoon, ma'am. You're here to vote?
Yes.
What's your name, please?
Camille Francis.
Camille
I don't
Francis.
think
check
she
the list
can
for
vote.
Camille.
I don't think she can vote, you know. Because she and my young sister go to school together. I don't think she can vote. She's too young to vote.
Let us check the list. Let us check the list to ensure that
Alright, we'll check the list, but I don't think she can
number
vote.
96.
she's on the list. She's on my list.
I object to it.
You're
sir. I
objecting,
object.
madam?
Maybe she's voting somebody else's name.
Okay,
I
may I
don't
have your
think
ID
she-
card? Yes, this is Miss Camille.
In a polling station, there may be instances when there is an objection to an elector receiving a ballot paper or an objection to the elector's right to vote in a particular polling station. The grounds for objection must be clearly stated. This is normally related to the elector being qualified to vote in the polling station in which he requests a ballot. Once the elector's name is on the list and his identification is established satisfactorily, he must be allowed to vote. The presiding officer must establish to his satisfaction the identity of the elector. Although the presiding officer has established to his satisfaction the identity of the elector, since there is an objection, the elector is required to take an oath, oath number 10. The elector is then given a ballot paper with the necessary instruction.
Next. Good day, madam. You're here to vote. What's your name, madam?
Simone Clark.
Check the list for Simone Clark for me. Miss Clark, do you have an ID card, please?
Yes.
May I have your ID card?
Simone Clark has voted
already.
voted
Already.
Number 96,
What?
49, she voted
What are they
already.
talking about? I didn't come yet. What are you talking about? I voted already. You see me here before? Y'all need to get your facts straight, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Simone Clark.
Voted already.
Simone
Yes, that's
Clark.
her anyway.
Kindly hold the ID card for me, please. Miss Clark, the fact that we have indicated that someone has voted in your name,
So how do you make somebody vote in my name? You can't see?
Miss,
Does
we're
she
going
look
to
like
check the
me?
information to verify who is the right person. I'm going to ask you a few questions and I'm asking you kindly to answer them for me, please. What's your date of birth, Miss Clark?
The 22nd of the 1st, 79.
What's your maiden name, Miss Clark? What's your middle name, Miss Clark?
Heather
What's your mother's maiden name?
Gooden.
What's your father's first name?
Fitzroy. Hurry up. You need to hurry up.
This is Miss Clark. Miss Clark, I'm also going to ask you to swear or affirm.
Why do I need to swear? What did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong?
Verify that you're the correct person.
I'm Simone
And
Clark.
it is
Look at
procedure.
it.
It is procedure, madam.
Okay, well, hurry.
I can understand your feelings, madam. Do you swear, madam, or do you affirm?
Affirm.
Okay. You're going to say after me, I,
I,
your name,
Simone Clark,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I am
that I am
Simone Clark,
Simone Clark again,
yes, and on the official voters list
on the official voters list
to be voted in this polling station.
to be voted in this place.
Thank you very much, madam. Polling station, madam. Sign your signature here for me, madam.
I don't know what kind of stuff this is.
Miss Clark, I want to ask you to give me your right thumb. Take your right thumb. Thank you. Good. Right here. Thank you. Check your right index finger. Right. Your right finger, madam. Could you come down? Oh gosh, we have a problem. Okay, clean. Okay. I'm going to issue you with a ballot, madam, and you are to go around the booth behind there and mark an X at the symbol of your choice. These are the persons, madam, contesting the election: William Brown,
I know them
Frank
already.
Smith, Thomas John. Okay? Fold it just as this and take it back to me. Okay?
I don't know where they get these kind of people from. You're going to tell me I voted already. I don't know if y'all went to school. You're looking at the voter and still you made somebody...
Ms. Clark, remember
Can I have
to
that
use
vote?
the pencil that is provided around there. Thank you.
Oh boy. Someone voted in her name.
You better not look at it either.
I will not look at it, Ms. Clark. Ms. Clark, you will have to insert your right index finger into the ink right here before I deposit this ballot into the box. The right index finger, madam. Right index finger, madam. Thank you very much. You have to get it further, a bit further. Thank you very much, madam. Okay? Okay, madam. Ensure you write second ballot issued. And the consecutive number is number 1. Second ballot issued. Consecutive number 1.
Personated elector. Cases may occur in which a personator has already voted in the name of an elector before the elector himself comes to vote. In any such case, the elector before voting will be required to take an oath. He must also, by his answers to questions put to him or by producing his identification card or document, satisfy the presiding officer as to his identity. The presiding officer will check the details on the registration record file for the correct answers to the questions put to the potential elector. A note to the fact and the words sworn or the words refused to be sworn must be entered in the poll book.
Voted. Next person, sir.
Next.
Good day, madam. Good day, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're here to vote, sir?
Yes, sir.
What's the name, sir?
Augustus Gertrude.
Augustus Gertrude?
Yes, sir.
Check the list for Augustus Gertrude. Do you have an ID card, Mr. Gertrude?
Yes, sir.
Augustus
Augustus
Gertrude.
Gertrude, number 10.
Yes. Number 10. Okay. Mr. Augustus,
Yes, sir.
who is going to mark your ballot for you, sir?
This lady here will mark my ballot for me, sir.
Okay, you will be marking the ballot for Mr. Have you voted already, sir?
No, sir.
May I see your right index finger, sir?
Sit here, sir.
Okay. Mr. Gertrude, you will have to swear, sir. And you're going to repeat after me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Holy Bible. I,
I,
your name, sir,
Augustus Gertrude,
from address,
47 Duke Street.
do swear
Do swear
that you are incapable
that I am incapable
of voting without assistance,
with voting with assistance.
without assistance, sir,
Without assistance.
by reason
By reason.
of inability to see.
Inability to see.
Thank you very much, sir. Madam, you're going to have to swear as well. Will the Bible in your right hand?
Go through, sir.
Yes, sir.
Voting in special cases, the blind voter. The law provides for a blind voter to be assisted in casting his ballot with the assistance of a friend or with the assistance of the presiding officer. Please note, no person is allowed to act as the friend of more than one blind elector. The presiding officer ensures that all his discussion with blind voter is done in a tone which is audible to all those present.
Persons contesting the election is William Brown, Frank Smith, John Thomas. You are to go around there on his instruction and mark beside the object of his choice. On completion, you will fold the ballot like this and take it back to me just like this, madam. Okay? What number is it, madam?
Number 10. Number 6.
Miss kindly use the pencil that is provided around there. Okay? Thank you very much. You can go around the booth there. Thank you.
Make sure you put it in the pan now.
Yes.
Did you put it in it?
Sir, you will have to dip your finger before the ballot is deposited into the box, sir. Your right index finger, sir.
Alright.
Wait, sir, wait. Hold it, sir. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Augustus.
Yeah,
enjoy the rest of your day, sir. It's in the box, sir.
Alright, sir.
Don't worry,
You
sir.
sure?
Your vote is well protected, sir.
Alright, sir.
Good, sir.
The blind elector and his friend proceed to the voting compartment. The ballot is marked by the friend of the blind elector on the instructions of the blind elector, and they return the ballot to the presiding officer, who checks the number and his initials. The appropriate finger of the blind elector is immersed in the electoral ink.
Yo. Next person, officer. This is right. Good day, sir. You're here to vote, sir?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, sir?
Carlisle, sir.
Carlisle what, sir?
Madden.
Carlisle Madden. Check the list for Carlisle Madden for me.
Carlisle Madden.
Mr. Madden. Mr.
Number
Madden is on the
25.
list. Number 25.
Where am I going?
Mr. Madden. Carlisle Madden is on the list.
Yes,
Okay, Mr. Madden. Your name is on the list and you'll be allowed to vote. Can you mark the ballot paper, sir?
No, sir.
Can't mark the ballot paper. Okay. Alright, I'm going to ask you to swear and then I'll mark the ballot for you. Okay with you, sir?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. I have to mark the presence of these people.
Alright.
Okay? Alright, so you can't even hold the Bible?
No, boss.
Can't hold it. Alright, can't hold it. Can't rest your hand on it? No? Okay, I'm going to swear you, sir.
Okay.
I'll give my finger for check. No finger to check, okay? Sir, I repeat after me.
I,
Your name, sir,
Carlisle Madden,
do swear
do swear
that you are incapable
that I am incapable
of voting without assistance
of voting without assistance
by reason
by reason
of physical
of physical
incapacity.
incapacity.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so we have to mark the ballot for you. So it mark it right here. Okay. These are the persons contesting the election today. We have William Brown Franklin and John Thomas.
Okay, sir.
You are to instruct me to mark at the symbol of your choice. Which of them are voting for, sir?
The middle one, sir.
The middle one, sir.
Number 7.
The middle one?
Yes, sir.
Which is this one, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay? He has instructed me to mark for this one, sir. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
This one. So I'm going to insert the ballot into the pan. The fact that I don't have anything to dip, this can't dip. None of them can dip.
No, sir.
Sure, none can dip.
No, sir.
Alright. Okay, sir?
Alright.
So,
Take it up from me.
yes, sir, we'll take it up for you.
Alright.
Enjoy the rest of the day, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir.
The voter who needs assistance makes an oath of his incapacity to vote without assistance. The presiding officer then marks the ballot as directed by the elector in the presence of the poll clerk and of the sworn agents of the candidate.